Hello and welcome to Descript Decoded. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you why I think Descript AI is almost the perfect AI video editing tool for content creators. It's about 80% good enough. And the reason being is because it has a lot of integrated tools. Number one, it has a screen recorder, it has an AI video editor, it has an AI audio editor, and it's web based. Those are the main things I want to cover. And I'm going to cover each one individually. So let's start off with the first one. It's a screen recorder. Right now, all you have to do to record the screen is simply hit record and then pick your settings, and then from there pick what you want to share and then hit record, and then you can go ahead and record whatever you want, as I'm doing right here. And this is a wonderful thing because you don't have to go to a third party tool and pay for a separate tool because it's integrated here. And how much would that cost? I'm going to go to a common and popular one called ScreenPal. And this one right here, it costs about we'll say $3 a month. But if you want all like the bells and whistles, AI text to speech narration and all that stuff, you're looking at maybe about 750 a month. And then you have to pay by year, I believe. Yeah. 750 a month is what you save by using Descript right here, because it has an inbuilt screen recorder and that also has AI features. So this is essentially the equivalent of 750 a month or $10 a month if you pay by month. So that's a major plus. The other thing it has is an audio editor. So if you go to edit for clarity, remove filler words, shorten word gaps, all these things are essentially the audio editing section of this tool of the Descript, and it saves you a ton of time. And I want to cover some of it real quickly. So, edit for clarity basically takes all your script and kind of does the editing and revision to your script to make it sound more clear. And if you're happy with the results, you just go ahead and finalize it. Studio sound is what it makes your audio more clear by removing background noise and enhancing your voice. Now, there are certain features about this I have to talk about later. The other thing is filler words. This thing saves a lot of time. So instead of removing the ums and ahs manually and cutting it out, this one automatically finds it for you and takes it out from the script. And then the last one is shorten word gap. This one basically takes out all the pauses, the moment where you're thinking, and it just cuts it out. So it makes your audio a lot more lively and there's no gaps between each words. Now, if you have to do that manually, which I've done it in the past, because let's face it, at one point, most of us had to use free tools to get our beginnings because paid software is expensive. And yeah, I used Audacity. Does it work? Yeah, it works, but there's a huge learning curve. Like I'm talking about, it's quite a big jump. I felt like it was like a part-time job. I felt like I was actually going to school part-time to figure out how to use this software. Now, that could be just me. Maybe I'm a bit clumsy with audio software, but it was rough. But if you go to Descript, on the other hand, you just have to click a few buttons and it does most of the work for you. So that's why it saves you a ton of time. Now, in essence, when you pay for the script, you're getting a AI screen recorder, AI video editor, AI audio editor, all rolled into one. And it's not just like how a lot of software just throw an AI just because it's a trend, and then it's no AI in it or very little AI software or computing power inside of it. This actually is the real deal. It does a lot of the heavy lifting for you. The reason the value in the script isn't so much the recording, it's the video editing. It's all of this stuff right here. Because this, if you do it manually, will take a ton of time. Go to, if you have to use it between this software, recording it, editing in this software, then taking out the audio, cleaning it up, and then putting it back, it's going to take a ton of time. And then you have to remove filler words. You have to shorten the word gap. You have to make sure that the audio is cleaned up. It's just a pain. So having everything under one umbrella is a wonderful thing. Now here's where it's the almost part kicks in. This is some of my critiques to the software, which you probably won't hear from the creators or anywhere else. Number one, I said studio sound, I mentioned earlier. It's a hit or miss. And what I mean by that is it removes background noise. But if you want music in your, let's say you have music and you're doing vocals for some kind of song or something like that, it's going to remove the music. It's going to interpret music as background noise. So just be aware of that. The second thing is it does remove the background noise in a lot of cases, but sometimes it makes you sound like a robot. I don't know how to explain that any further than that, but it gives you that robotic tone. And yeah, you got to pick between background noise or robotic tone. And I picked removing the background noise because where I'm at, there's a lot of noise, literally like a factory right on the other side of the wall of my room. I wish there was a way to control how much studio sound you want inside your audio. I wish there was like a level, but I haven't seen it yet. Here's the catch. When you edit for clarity, I made the mistake of going to the max. Like you have different settings and it's like light, medium, and heavy, three different settings. I went to the mistake of going to the max and it butchered, excuse me, it absolutely butchered my script. So this works, but to play it safe, just go on light. I lightly edit for clarity. So it doesn't go crazy in script and cut out so much that your video doesn't sound coherent. Don't get me wrong, they're good, but you just have to know how to use it. Okay. Remove filler words. It does a pretty good job of that. Just got to be careful. Sometimes it goes overboard. Just double check. Short word gaps is the same thing. You just got to make sure that you don't overdo it, not cutting it down to maybe 0.75 seconds. Anything more than that, and it gets a bit choppy with the audio. If you're recording live, they even have much better features. If you're having talking head, you can automatically correct your eyes to make sure that your eyes are looking into the camera. You can center on active speaker if you have maybe two different topics that are talking about. You have a green screen, you have automatic multicam, you have generate an AI image. But all in all, these are the tools I use often. So as for content creation, this is an AI video editing tool paradise. It's not perfect, like I said earlier. I'm not trying to sell you unrealistic expectations because I hate when people do that to me. I'm telling you that it's a tool that's convenient. Now, oh, and lastly, I forgot to mention the recorder. It's functional, it works, but it's really basic. Okay, it's nowhere near the other paid AI tools, and that's okay. That's fine with me. But I can tell you that it's stable. In order to save money, I try to use Canva's screen recording tool, and it was horrible. Like it was absolutely horrible. It would cut out every 5 minutes, sometimes 2 minutes into recording, and I have to re-record it again and again. It was just so buggy, and it really upset me because I wasted a lot of time. So don't assume that all screen recorders are the same. Most web-based screen recorders have a bug to it. This one's stable, which brings me to my last option. Descript is a web-based tool, and that's amazing because I can work on my Android tablet. I can work in a pinch. I can work on my phone. I've done that before, but it's not very comfortable. And of course, I can work on my Windows laptop. And there's no syncing. If I'm working on one device, I can just go onto my tablet and hop on the bed or hop on the couch or hop on a train and work on it and continue as is. I guess the most speediest performance I've gotten is actually working on the PC. I don't know why. In theory, it should all work the same, but because all you need is a web browser. But for some reason, I find that the PC is the fastest, followed by my tablet. My tablet happens to be a Samsung Tab S9. And then lastly is my phone. My phone's an A25, Samsung A25. It's pretty slow, but it gets the job done. It's just very slow. So why is that important? Because if you're in the country and you're traveling around, let's say your phone gets nicked or damaged or destroyed, then your work is still saved automatically and you can work on your tablet. So no worries because content is your money, right? But if you saved it on a hard drive and let's say your laptop got stolen, then that's it. Right? Good luck, unless you automatically synced it to the cloud. But this kind of makes it idiot proof, because you don't have to worry about things like that, getting it stolen or data corruption, stuff like that. But just in case, I still back things up. So I'm just letting you know, web-based tools is, I think, the way to go because you're not locked into an ecosystem either. Let's say Windows decides to have spyware on there, for example. Maybe you don't want to use Windows anymore. Maybe you want to switch to Linux. And switching softwares, if it's a software you have to install, good luck doing that on Linux. But if it's a web-based tool, no problem. So having web-based tools gives you freedom and allows you not to be locked and trapped into one ecosystem. All right. And that's going to be very important as the future progresses, I think. So all of these reasons why I think Descript is what I call like the 75% tool. It's 75% good enough. All right. Now, obviously, if you need some specialist tools, maybe for thumbnail creation or YouTube SEO tag description, that just does have a description. Like it does help you brainstorm, write a script, write an outline. It does help you draft a description and summarize stuff and give you a title. But if I'm talking about like thumbnails, that's one thing I it doesn't do that well. So maybe you want to use like a Canva free version. But all in all, that's why the 25%, I don't say it's 100% good, it's 75% good. So I just want to give a realistic expectation as to what you can expect from the script, why I chose it as one of my main tools, because I didn't want to hop around between different tools. And I love the AI powered functional features. A lot of people throw in a lot of software, they throw in AI stuff just for the jingle, and it's not very practical. But I can say, like, with certainty after using it for a while, that all of these features were handcrafted for content creators and doing their craft. Okay. The last downside I remember is that there is a bit of a learning curve. Like it took me a while to fully get comfortable with this, but it's not as bad as other softwares. All right. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.